lyrics, I guess. I don't know. Help her out. The most effective parasite as it digs down deep. One hit me in the chest and continued to bore down deeper into my heart. And so an idea absorbed like any other gets down deep into one's heart. An idea absorbed like any other turns one's heart into something different, something one has not seen before. And so we go down 3 layers deep, down deep to where you find the trueness of what it is that makes you and me. We go down deep. Leo, which way do I go? I don't know, but these things are true. When you wake up from this one, there'll be something that you think you know, but what you know is not really what is to be known. What you know is not really what is to show. For truth, when it comes forth, truth, when it comes out, is the truth, in fact, the truth indeed, the truth. That's what the truth is about. So I tell you that this thing, this dream, this stupor, this thing we've fallen into may not be what we think it is, may not be what we were meant to do. I can tell you about things I've owned, I can tell you about things I've held, things I've grasped within my hands, things that were unobtainable, things that somehow became obtained, somehow things within the grasp of one's person obtaining such things. like me, like so many others, like so many children with their mouths open, looking up to the sky, believing that these things, if they would fall just right, that these things would satisfy such hunger inside. But something's wrong, something's gone wrong, deep down inside. Something's gone wrong, deep down inside. Because when the lie comes down inside, when the lie begins to beat in a syncopated rhythm, the same as such heart. When that beat gets down deep within one's heart, when that beat gets down deep and beats in the same rhythm that you're used to walking, when that gets down deep in the same rhythm you're used to thinking, and somehow, I don't know where I am and this thing begins. I don't know where deception started, but inception has already begun. And so I breathe as easy as I can, but still, silly, simple children with their mouths open to the sky. What may fall in may be wrong, it may be right. But I can tell you, I've looked deep into the eyes of a beautiful person. I've looked deep into the eyes of somebody who should have had everything. I've looked deep into the eyes of that thing, that very thing, which in pursuing provided purpose. I've looked deep into the eyes of that thing that labeled itself purpose. And I've thought, maybe, just maybe you're right. But why do I still hunger? Why, if my mouth is open and so many things fall inside, why do I still hunger? Why am I not convinced of this thing? Is there something wrong inside? Did something strange happen when I fell asleep to dream this one time? Did something strange happen when I fell asleep to dream this one time? Is there something in my past that was not right from the get-go? Is there some explanation? Because perhaps I believe that I am more than what you see. I am more than just flesh and blood you see. I happen to believe that because I create, because I am an artist, I happen to believe that when I see music, when I see things that cannot be explained, that there's a soul within the dust you see. Say you were looking up in the sky waiting for these things to fall, convinced that they would satisfy that thing, that longing, that thing inside. But then you discovered that you were made for more than the ground, you were made for more than an open mouth, you were made for more than to be convinced of such things, because maybe one wrong bad dream from the get-go let your heart go down the wrong bad path from the get-go. I can't be convinced of things that fall from the sky. I can't be convinced of things that come to me that easily, because I have a soul. I beat with more than you know. I beat with more than the average person would care to admit. I beat with more than what it is that we get. I've been tired for a long time, and I see so many drowsy people rouse themselves for beautiful things that fall into their mouth. But when has anybody roused themselves for the idea that there may be more in the sky? Did people ever know that there was a universe beyond what we can see with our eyes? Did you ever ask yourself what it is to these stars? Did you ever ask yourself what it is to those things so far, those things that do not fall, those things that do not provide themselves easily, those things that require some growth, those things that require some propulsion? And so maybe I get in, maybe I go in deep and uproot my heart. Maybe I take an examination of what's left and say maybe it's more than this. Maybe I can beat with a little something else, with a little something new. I can do something a little true. How can a man come up week after week, night after night, and say words that were not prepared, release truth that was not rehearsed? How is it that something can be so alive and so exist in such a way? Because I believe that there's more than the dust that encases me, more than these things that encroach upon a heart, hardening itself to build up resistance. I believe that the soul begs for softness. I believe that the soul begs for stars. And I'm tired of being drowsy and being force-fed things that just are not. I want to be awake, and I want to see the stars.